State University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Greg Sterner as we get ready for the 3A Boys Basketball State Championship, an all-region 15 title game between the Manti Templars and the South Sevier Rams. Again, South Sevier beat Manti twice earlier in the season, and both at home and on the road at Manti. At home, they pretty well controlled the game throughout, but dominated the second half to pull away for a 20-plus point win. On the road at Manti, trailed at halftime, had to come from behind to get the win against the Templars in that one.
Yeah, they played, like I said earlier, they played better in the second half of both games, and which led to the wins.
I've talked to Coach Parsons before and said you need to bottle up that halftime speech and give it to him in the pregame show. And real quick, while we're here at Dixie State University, I want to give a shout out to the Trailblazers men's basketball team, as tonight they have won the outright Pac West men's basketball championship. So they are once again the Pac West champions, are the men's basketball team, the Dixie Trailblazers. All right, and a shout out again to the girls state champions in 3A. Emory topped Ridgefield in a great game, 41-36. The Emory Spartans, your 3A girls state champions. And in the 2A classification, the Millard Eagles have won their first ever girls state championship in basketball as they beat Enterprise 47-41 in the state title game back at the Sevier Valley Center in Ridgefield. So congratulations to the Millard Eagles with that state championship win. And we're just about set and ready to go now with the starting lineups for these two teams. The non-starters and coaches have been announced. And now let's go ahead and get things ready to go for the starting lineups. And Greg will start things out first off with the visiting team in this one, and that is the Manti Templars.
Manti will start at guard. Number 4, Cade Nichols, he's a senior. Number 5, Matthew Nelson, he's a senior as well. Number 10, Dylan Wathen is a senior. Number 21, Brody Barson is a senior. And number 31, Tanner Rasmussen is also a senior.
There you go. Those are the starters for the Manti Templars. Of course, they are coached by Devin Shakespeare, looking for his second state championship. The AD, Stephen Roberts, and the principal, George Henry. And for the South Sevier Rams, first off, it's going to be a senior point guard, number 5, Brody Tebbs. Then it'll be a senior wing, number 10, Easton Hunt. He'll be followed by a senior shooting guard, number 14, Caleb Barton. And then a senior forward, number 21, Hayden Wood. And inside is a senior forward, a junior forward, number 44, Tyson Chisholm. Those are the starters for the Rams. They are coached by Rhett Parsons and athletic director Boyd Price and principal Randy Manson. So Devin Shakespeare looking for his second state championship as a coach. Rhett Parsons looking for his third for the South Sevier Rams. Two coaches that have been here before, and that makes a difference. You have a little more better feeling of what to expect and what's going to happen.
95% of South Sevier's points will come from their 5 starters and Kate's King coming off the bench. They don't go as deep as Manti. Manti will go 8, sometimes even 9 deep. But in a 32-minute high school basketball game, unless somebody from South Sevier gets in foul trouble, Coach Parsons is okay with going just with those 6 guys. It's hard to debate with Coach Parsons with the success they've had not only this year, but his resume as a coach.
Yes, it is, as the starters have been announced here on the floor at Burns Arena. It'll be Manti in their road reds, going left to right across your radio dial, computer, and TV screen. And South Sevier in their home whites. They'll be going right to left. Taking a look at both teams. Both teams look pretty calm coming out of their huddles after these starters were announced. The coach is taking one last moment with each team to talk to their 5 starters out on the floor before we get ready for the tip in the 3A Boys Basketball State Championship game. Coach Shakespeare heads back to his bench. Coach Parsons back to his. And the Rams and Templars will meet at center court. Brody Barson for Manti will jump it. And for the South Sevier Rams, it'll be Tyson Chisholm. You can hear the crowd. Great crowd here tonight at Burns Arena in St. George. And there's the announcer pumping up the crowd. Tip is up. Chisholm will win it, and it goes to Barton in the backcourt. He'll get it to Tebbs to bring it across the timeline, picked up by Cade Nichols. Tebbs yo-yos, goes right side high to Easton Hunt. On the wing, picked up by Wathen, left side high to Chisholm, guarded by Barson, up top to Barton. Caleb gonna go around Rasmussen, got by him, scooped up the right hand, missed it short. Rebound Nelson for the Templars. Good look for South Sevier early, but Manti with the rebound. Left side high, Wathen has it. 25 seconds into the game, 0-0 your score. Wathen works his way to the wing, up top to Rasmussen, guarded by Easton Hunt. Rasmussen gonna drive right, got cut off on the elbow, comes back out to Wathen near the Dixie D. Wathen yo-yos. He'll go left side high to Nichols. Works his way to the wing. Cut off on the elbow by Peyton Wood. Bounce pass across the key to Barson. Barson being doubled. And works his way right side down the lane against Chisholm. Got cut off in the low block. And he'll kick it into the corner. Rasmussen wide open. Caleb Barton lost him. Misses the three-pointer. Rebound by Peyton Wood on the backside.
That's Tanner's favorite shot from the corner. Just couldn't hit it this time, but he loves that corner 3.
Easton Hunt in the corner, left side for South Sevier to the wing. He'll come to Chisholm up top to Barton. Guarded tightly by Rasmussen. Rasmussen trailing him quickly in this game. Now to the corner to Wood. Wood gets stripped as he drives middle by Tanner Rasmussen. Turnover by South Sevier is there first. Wathen going to be the other way now for Manti. No score yet, 1 minute in. Left side goes Wathen, tries to pass to the corner, knocked out of bounds by Wood. Manti basketball on the left sideline.
Something to watch today. Both of these teams have really long athletic guards. Watch the long rebounds on the three-point shots. If a team can really dominate on the offensive glass today, that's tough to beat.
Wathen has it on the Dixie D near the timeline. Calls the offensive set. Caleb Barton now guarding the point guard for Manti. Right side high, it comes to Nichols. Picked up by Peyton Wood. Man defense for South Sevier. Up top it comes to Nelson. Dribbles in against Tebbs. Tebbs with a good defense. Traveling is the call on Nilsson. Turnover by Manti's there first. Nelson didn't like it, but Tebbs beat him to the spot. Great defense by Brody Tebbs. 6.5 to go in the first quarter. No score. Brody going to call for Tyson Chisholm to bring it across the timeline as Brody was picked up in the backcourt by Cade Nichols. Chisholm guarded by Barson. Works his way left side. Four stack on the left side of the lane. Pass up top to Tebbs. Tebbs going to drive right. Got cut off by Nichols. Able to go around and puts it up and in. South Sevier strikes first. 2-0 Rams.
I talked about Cade Nichols being a good on-ball defender. Right there, Brody Tebbs was able to get around him.
So 2-0 South Sevier the lead on the D-Land title scoreboard. Right side Nichols. Crossover dribble taken away by Peyton Wood. Second turnover by Manti. Up the floor comes Caleb Barton. He's going to push the pace, driving against Rasmussen, throw up the shot, air ball. He's trying to grab the foul, didn't get it. Rebound by Matt Nelson for Manti. He'll push the pace the other way. Baseball pass ahead, into the corner. Wathen for three, and short off the rim. High rebound. It's Tanner Rasmussen with it. Up top to Nelson for the long three. In and out. Rebound tipped up on the floor, fighting for two teams, and jump ball possession arrow will favor Manti. They'll get a third opportunity.
Coach Shakespeare's got to be happy with Tanner Rasmussen on his offensive rebounds there. He's going to the glass hard on the offensive side.
Nelson to inbound underneath for the Templars. They've got four around the key. Lob it out up top to Wathen. Picked up by Barton. 5:38 to go in the first quarter. 2-0 South Sevier. Left side high. Nichols has it against Wood. He'll drive left. Got cut off. Kicks it into the corner to Wathen. Wathen now on the wing. Works his way to the middle. Handoff up top to Rasmussen. He'll drive left. Got around Chisholm. Bounce pass inside. Taken away by Barton. Picked up by Peyton Wood.
That was a great defense by Caleb Barton to get in there and pick that off. Another good defense by Matt Nelson.
As he throws it away down the floor, does Barton. Nelson with the steal. Crossover dribble. Spin move in the lane. Again, Tebbs beats him to the spot. And again, it'll be traveling called on Matt Nelson.
Matt Nelson has a really good spin move, but South Sevier scouted that. They're stepping into the lane when he's trying to spin right.
Brody Tebbs looking very strongly defensively early on Matt Nelson, as opposed to Cates King, who was on him earlier this year. Tebbs going to drive left side against Nichols. Spin move into the lane. Kick it into the corner to Wood. Wood holding. Now going to drive baseline against Nelson. Got cut off. Spin move in the lane. Puts it up against Nelson. Off the glass. No good. Rebound by Rasmussen for Manti. Still 2-0 South Sevier. 3 minutes in. Down the floor, Matt Nelson. Into the corner will come to Rasmussen. Looking in for Brody Barson. And sets get past right side to Wathen. Guarded by Caleb Barton. Wathen will work his way back to the top and set up the offense now for Manti. He'll yo-yo near the Dixie D at half court. As he picks up his dribble, Barton comes out on him tight. He'll go right elbow to Rasmussen. Lob inside. Chisholm able to knock it away from Barson, but Barson came up with it. Out to Rasmussen. Pump fake on the three. He'll drive middle. Gets to the left side of the lane. Scoop it up left hand. Too hard. Chisholm the rebound on the backside, and he'll be fouled by Rasmussen. First foul on Manti. And again, we talked about that. Manti has a tendency to get into foul trouble, especially Tanner Rasmussen. He needs to make sure he stays out of it here the rest of this first quarter.
He's one of the guys from Manti that can defend Tyson Chisholm. Chisholm's a strong kid, so's Tanner Rasmussen. I don't know that Manti has anybody else that can box out Tyson Chisholm on the offensive glass.
Tebbs left side high, goes to the high post to Easton Hunt, guarded by Wathen. Hunt to the wing to Wood. Wood going to drive it against Nelson. Jump stop on the low block. Needs help. Kick it into the corner. Chisholm for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound tipped up. Nelson has it. He's going to be fouled by Peyton Wood, who came over the top.
Good box out by Matt Nelson there to go get that rebound.
Nelson with a lot of defensive rebounds early in this game for the Manti Templars. Cates King was riding the bike throughout the beginning of this game. He'll check in now, and Peyton Wood will come out for the Rams.
It looks like Cates King is not matching up with Matt Nelson, at least to start here.
I would expect Tebbs to stay on him, especially what we've seen early on. Across the timeline, Dylan Wathen for the Templars. 4 minutes to go in the quarter, 2-0 Rams. Right side to Nelson, off the screen, looking for the pick and roll with Matt Rasmussen, not there. Up top to Wathen, and he'll bounce past left side to Nichols. Nichols to the top of the key, gonna dribble right side of the elbow. Got cut off by King. Across the lane to Barson. Barson drives and he fell to the ground. Traveling is the call. 5th turnover by Manti in this first quarter.
Good idea by Brody Barson there, just couldn't keep his feet.
Again, 5 Manti turnovers, but South Sevier yet to take advantage of it. Just 2-point lead, 2-0. Across the timeline comes Brody Tebbs, guarded by Nichols. Crossover dribble, gonna drive left, gets in the lane, puts it to stop, shot from 8 feet out, missed it hard, got his own rebound. Ball gets knocked away from him by Nelson, picked up by Barson. Up the floor it comes, left side high to Nelson. Baseball pass down underneath to Rasmussen, off his hands, out of bounds. 6th turnover by Manti.
South Sevier's getting the looks that they want, they're just not hitting them. Manti's having a lot of turnovers so far. They need to get the looks like South Sevier is close to the hoop.
Travis Thompson, Adam Huff into the game. Rasmussen and Barson will leave for Manti. Tebbs will bring it across the timeline for the Rams. Left side, he'll go on the wing to Chisholm. Up top to Barton. He'll take the deep straightaway three. In and out, high rebound taken by Wathen for Manti. Wathen will walk it up the floor. Across the timeline he comes, picked up by Caleb Barton. Get across the dribble, go left side into the corner. Nichols open for three. Knocks it down. Manti with their first lead. A lazy deep on three-pointer.
Good little penetration dribble there by Dylan Wathen to get the open three for Cade Nichols.
You mentioned Cade Nichols as a possible X factor in this game for the Templars. 3-2 Manti on the D-Land title scoreboard. Chisholm going to dribble in against Huff. Kick it right corner to King. Pump fake on the three. He'll dribble in. Come out to Barton. Open for three. And knocks it down. Caleb Barton answers with a three-pointer of his own. A Riverstone Contractors three-pointer.
Caleb Barton has 82 threes this season. He's got the green light.
Right side high is Wathen. Going to drive in against Barton. Got cut off. Puts up the shot anyways. Too hard off the rim. Rebound Chisholm for South Sevier. 5-3 Rams with the lead. Barton pushing the pace up ahead to King. He's going to drive baseline. Going against the double team. Puts it up. And a foul called. He'll go to the Apex Foot and Ankle Institute free throw line to shoot two. Foul will go to Travis Thompson. That'll be his first, team second. I like what I'm seeing out of Cade King early in this game with his aggressive nature, showing his willingness to drive and go to the basket.
Yeah, he's been aggressive. That little pump fake in the corner got the defender in the air, and he can get to the hoop.
First free throw from King is good. He's got his first point. 6-2-3 now is your score. Largest lead of the game for South Sevier is this three-point lead. 2:22 to go in the first quarter on the D-Land title scoreboard. Second free throw from King, off the front of the rim, off the glass, and then he made them both.
Mason Thompson in now for Matt Nilsson for Manti.
Up the floor comes Travis Thompson, picked up by Tyson Chisholm at the top of the key. Thompson works his way left, hands off to Mason Thompson, loses footing, kept his dribble alive, able to come back to his feet. Nifty play there by Mason. Up top to Adam Huff, guarded by Easton Hunt. Works his way to the right elbow. Picks up his dribble, looking back door. There wasn't anything there. Now he'll come up top to Travis Thompson. Works his way left side down the lane, kicks it out on the wing, and now to the middle to the floor. Cade Nichols, lob inside to Travis Thompson. Misses the layup. He got his own rebound, missed the putback. Again has his own rebound, and now he'll be fouled, and he's going to the line to shoot two. As Travis Thompson gets three opportunities inside. And the foul on Tyson Chisholm will be his first, team second.
Nice pass by Cade Nichols to get Travis that initial layup, and then hard work on the glass by Travis Thompson to get two more opportunities.
Under 2 to go in the first quarter. 7-3 South Sevier, and first free throw from Thompson is good. He's got his first point. 7-4 your score. New defense call will come in from Coach Shakespeare. They'll go X with that 1-2-2 trap. Second free throw by Thompson is good. So 7-5 your score, under 2 minutes to go in the game. Cade's King in the backcourt will give it to Brody Tebbs. And now Manti going to drop back defensively. Up ahead comes left side high to Chisholm. Chisholm being guarded by Adam Huff. Crossover dribble, works his way left side, picks it up, now comes up top to Tebbs. Tebbs pumping on the three, gonna drive right, gets cut off by Wathen, lost the basketball, gets it back in the corner. He'll drive baseline, gets underneath, kick it into the corner to King. He'll dribble middle, up top to Chisholm. Chisholm crossover dribble, drives right, hesitates, gonna go in against Huff, spin move against him, put it up, and off the rim, no good. Cade's King the rebound, out left side to Tebbs. He'll come up top to Martin, straightaway three is off the rim, no good, missed it right. Rebound taken by Wathen from Manti, he's coming the other way. They can tie or take the lead here, can the Templars. And then taken away by Barton, but he lost it into the corner, out of bounds. Last touch by, they're going to say Barton. The Rams are saying it went off of Cade Nichols, who was also there, but it's going to be Manti basketball.
I think Manti fans wanted a foul there. I think they thought Cade Nichols got pushed before it went out of bounds. But
Matt Nelson into the game now for Manti. Coming out will be Cade Nichols. 1:14 to go in the quarter. 7-5. On the left sideline is Mason Thompson. They'll come into Dylan Wathen. Yo-Yo's on the Dixie D near the half-court line, guarded by Caleb Barton. Manti gets the offense set, right side to Thompson. He'll go up top to Nelson. Nelson step back three-pointer over Brody Tebbs. Nothing but net. A big three-pointer by Matt Nelson, and Manti has the lead.
That's what Matt Nelson can do, just like Caleb Barton for South Sevier. Doesn't need much room to get that shot off.
Brody Tebbs, a crossover dribble, got his man in the air, and he'll weigh it in. The lead goes back to South Sevier.
Excellent drive by Brody Tebbs there.
Down the floor, Matt Nelson for the NBA range three, air ball. Out of bounds it'll go, South Sevier basketball.
Might have been a little deep that time, but like I say, he has that green light.
Full court press put on now by the Templars. Pass will come into Caleb Barton. He'll be guarded by Mason Thompson. Up the floor it comes now to Easton Hunt across the timeline. Hunt picked up by Wathen. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. 9-8 South Sevier. High left, Cates King has it. He'll go to Chisholm. Chisholm guarded by Huff. And lob left side to King. Thought about the three as Nelson closed. Now crossover dribble. He'll get in the lane. Hand off in the short corner to Hunt. Hunt comes high left back to Barton. Picked up by Mason Thompson. Skip pass right side high to King. Guarded by Nelson. 14 seconds to go. Coach Parsons calling for the final shot. Chisholm going to drive in, gets in the lane, put it up, off the glass, no good, but a foul called, and he'll go to the Apex Foot and Ankle Institute free throw line and shoot 2. Foul will go against Dylan Wathen. That'll be his first, team's third.
I'm impressed with both teams passing on the perimeter. Man, they're moving the ball quickly, but this is a fun game so far. They're just high energy.
First free throw from Chisholm, got it to fall off the front of the rim. His first point of the game. And Coach Parsons, he's going to change his defense up and go X for the final 9 seconds of this quarter and try to slow Manti down, bringing it up the floor. Second free throw from Chisholm is good. He made them both. Chisholm with 2 points. It's a 3-point South Sevier lead. Brody Tebbs will pick up Travis Thompson to the timeline and X. High left side will go to Nelson. To the middle to Thompson. That's Mason. Into the corner to Wathen. He'll drive baseline. Great blocks out by Brody Barson, and Wathen lays it in at the buzzer. And at the end of one, it is South Sevier 11, Manti 10 on the D-Land title scoreboard. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
You remember your family, right? Those cute little zombies that are always stuck to their screens? Well, with router limits, you can manage screen time, filter web content, and track the browsing history of all your kids. All you have to do is plug this little guy into your router. Seriously, that's it. Router limit starts with screen time. You can set a schedule for each family member, what they can do online, and when they can do it. You can filter content by category or even by specific website. Sure, you've got great kids, but sooner or later, they're going to come in contact with something that's not so great. Router Limits lets you see what they see so that you can have those important conversations before the internet has them for you. Router Limits helps my family disconnect from devices and reconnect with each other.
Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
1 point lead right now for South Sevier coming out of the quarter break, 11-10 over Manti in the state championship. A big play by Dylan Wathen as they beat the press of South Sevier, the half-court press, and got the layup at the buzzer. Right side, Brody Tebbs has it. He'll go into the wing to Chisholm. Tries to go high post, knocked away by Barson. Chisholm able to get it back, throws it though into the backcourt, and Brody Tebbs will run it down. It'll be a turnover by South Sevier, their third of the game.
Brody Barson made that happen. His long arms got up there on that when Tyson Chisholm tried to make that entry pass.
So it'll be Manti basketball on the left sideline. Matt Nelson to inbound. He'll be guarded by Brody Tebbs. Manti can regain the lead here. We've had 4 lead changes in the first quarter. No ties yet in this game. 7:42 to go in the first half on the D-Land title scoreboard. Yo-yoing up high is Dylan Wathen. He'll go high post to Rasmussen, who checks back in after that. After the first quarter, they sat much of it because of foul trouble. Driving right side is Wathen. He'll kick it high left to Nichols. Nichols going to dribble in. Gets cut off by King on the high post. There's the Barson on the left side of the lane. And ball gets knocked away. Picked up by Barton. He's going the other way for South Sevier. Guarded by Wathen. Hesitation dribble. Lost the crossover. And now the kick will come in as he lost it because of a kick by Wathen. So it will be South Sevier basketball. And they're going to give it to him on the baseline. Inbounding underneath will be Brody Tebbs for the Rams. 4 across the baseline, wide open. Tyson Chisholm easily lays it in. Nobody even came close. He's got 4 points.
Yeah, there was a lack of communication there on Manti's part. He was wide open.
At the floor now comes Matt Nelson. Nelson left side high, guarded by Tebbs. Gets in the lane, left side, drives all the way to the baseline, puts up the runner and knocks it down. What a shot by Matt Nelson. He's got 5 to lead Manti.
Matt Nelson's looking better this game than he did the first 2 times they played South Sevier. That's just a nice drive into the hoop to get a guy on his hip and put that up.
Right side high is Easton Hunt. Skip pass underneath to Caleb Barton on the baseline. Out to Tebbs on the wing. Pump fake on the 3 up top to the Hunt. Swing it left side Chisholm into the corner to King. King with a pump fake. And he stepped on the sideline out of bounds. It'll be 4th turnover now by South Sevier.
Cates King is, I'm used to seeing him put those 3-pointers up, but he's pump faking that and then taking it to the hoop. He stepped out of bounds there, but if he wouldn't have, he would have you know, he would have had a clear path to the basket.
Yeah, definitely a little hesitation on that shot right now from King on the outside. Right side high, Nichols, lob backdoor, knocked away by Barton, and picked up by Easton Hunt, turnover by Manti as their 7th.
Caleb Barton read that from the start. You could see it in his eyes that he knew that's what was coming.
13-12, South Sevier, spin move by Brody Tebbs in the lane. He'll put up the fadeaway shot off the glass. What a take, Brody Tebbs with a game-high 6.
That was good defense by Cade Nichols. That's just a better shot by Brody Tebbs.
Matt Nelson the other way for the Templars, guarded by Tebbs. Spin move in the lane, gonna drive right side, cut off by Tebbs again, and traveling a call again the 3rd time on Matt Nelson. Brody Tebbs has just beat him to the spot every time on that spin move. Hayden Wood into the game for the Rams. Easton Hunt will come out. And Brody Tebbs will walk it up the floor now for the South Sevier Rams. Picked up by Nichols as he crossed the timeline. High left side, Nichols on him tight. And he does have the 5-second count going. He'll go off the screen by Chisholm, kick it to the wing to Barton, up top to Chisholm. Guarded by Barson, left wing to King. Now he fires in the 3. That'll be short off the rim. Rebound by Nichols for Manti. Just barely drew iron on that one, did Cates King. Right side, Wathen. Looks to drive in against Barton. Puts up the shot on the run. Off the glass and in. Nice take by Dylan Wathen. His first bucket.
Nice drive by Dylan Wathen there. Got it up above Caleb Barton's hands.
And back to a 1-point game. 15-14, South Sevier. 5:28 to go in the first half on the D-Land title scoreboard. Brody Tebbs high left. Gonna dribble into the lane. Left side. Kick it into the corner to Peyton Wood. Pump fake on the 3. Back to the wing to Tebbs. Tebbs comes up top to Chisholm. Left side to Barton. Barton step back for the deep 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. High rebound. Wathen has it for Manti. 5:10 to go in the half. Manti again has a chance to take the lead. Left side high is Nichols. Guarded by Cates King. Fakes left, goes right, gets in the lane, cut off by King. And he'll pass it up top to Rasmussen. He'll drive right, cut off by Chisholm. He'll put up the runner, missed it short. Wood had the angle, but jumped too early. Rebound by Barson. He'll go back up, no good. Rasmussen back up, Barson back up. Blocked from behind, then a foul called. And Brody Barson will go to the line to shoot 2. 4 opportunities there for the Manti Templars.
Tanner Rasmussen and Brody Barson going hard off the glass. Brody Tebbs not really happy with that foul call there. He thinks he got ball, as do his coaches and the fans from South Sevier.
So Brody Barson at the line to shoot 2 free throws. First free throws of the game taken by Barson. First one is up, in and out. Free throw line coming to you from Gunnison Valley Animal Clinic for quality, affordable animal care. Call 528-7900. That's Gunnison Valley Animal Clinic. One more coming for Barson to tie the game at 15, and he does. First tie of the ball game. South Sevier basketball, 15-15, 4:45 to go on the D-Land title scoreboard in the first half. Tebbs across the timeline, guarded by Nichols. 3A boys basketball state championship game in St. George. Chisholm going to drive left, able to kick it up top, high left to King. He thought about the long 3 over Nelson. Now crossover dribble, he'll kick it to the wing to Tebbs. Guarded by Nichols. Tebbs holding, skip pass up top to Wood. Swing it right wing to Barton, guarded by Rasmussen. Tanner able to strip it, the ball's on the ground. Wood dives for it, he gets it clear for South Sevier. Into the corner, Caleb Barton, skip pass left side to Tebbs. Tebbs had to go up and really get that one in the air. Now Chisholm has it up top, guarded by Barson. Left wing to Wood. He'll rise up for 3. Off the rim, high bounce, no good. Wood got his own rebound, back up on the right side, countered, he's fouled. What a play by Peyton Wood.
Peyton Wood just firing in there and getting his own miss. Could see right where it was going to miss. Got it, and gonna chance for the and 1 here.
Second foul on Tanner Rasmussen as well, coming on that offensive rebound. Into the game, Travis Thompson and Adam Huff. Rasmussen and Nichols will leave. Cates King checks out as Easton Hunt comes back in for the Rams.
Not a lot of fouls called this game. I like that. Let them play. Let's have some fun. That is 2 on Tanner Rasmussen, though.
Peyton Wood at the line for the and 1. Free throw is up off the rim, no good. Missed it to the right. Rebound Thompson for Manti. 2-point South Sevier lead. Up ahead, right side to Barson. Cut off by Barton. Kick it up top to Travis Thompson. He'll drive middle, gets in the lane, put it up with the right hand, knocks it down. Tie ball game.
Travis Thompson just gets up so high. That kid has a really good vertical leap. It's hard to block his shot when he gets there in the paint.
Under 4 on the D-Land title scoreboard in the first half. 17-17 your score, 3A state championship. Barton going to drive baseline, got right by Rasmussen, put it up, blocked from behind, no foul called. Wood the rebound. He'll go out to Chisholm for the deep straightaway 3. Short off the rim, high rebound, and it's still on the battle of the round, and a foul going to be called against South Sevier. Manti basketball.
Manti's given up the baseline, and South Sevier's taking it. South Sevier's just not hitting those shots. South Sevier thinks there should be a foul here. If we see a replay, I think there might have been one there.
Foul called on Easton Hunt. That's his first, team's 4th on South Sevier. Travis Thompson running the point for Manti. Across the timeline he comes. Going to drive in against Caleb Barton. Goes left side in the lane. Pump fake, got him in the air. Now puts it up over him. In and out. Rebound Peyton Wood for the Rams. Up the floor comes Brody Tebbs for South Sevier. Crossover dribble. Nope. Fakes left, goes right. Pull up 6-footer down the lane. Got it to fall. Brody Tebbs with a game high 8. Tebbs has been money early in this one for South Sevier. Left side high now, Matt Nelson. Up top it comes to Thompson. Fake right, goes left, picks up his dribble. Backdoor pass to Rasmussen, put it up and score. Tanner Rasmussen.
Great little backdoor cut by Tanner Rasmussen, and for Travis to recognize that and dish it off to him.
Another tie, 19-19, 3 minutes to go in the first half. Brody Tebbs dribbles left side, still moving the lane. Up top to Chisholm. He'll take the straightaway three. Off the back to him, no good. Wood had the rebound, slipped through his hands, picked up by Thompson for Manti.
We'll see if Tyson Chisholm will keep shooting those. He hit them yesterday. He's not hitting them yet today.
Adam Huff, crossover dribble on Peyton Wood, gets in the lane. Comes to a stop as he got bumped by Wood. No foul call. Missed the 10-footer. Rebound by Chisholm. Caleb Barton coming the other way, guarded by Rasmussen. Crossover dribble, step back for the deep three. Off the rim, off the glass, no good. Rebound Nelson for Manti. Rams firing up a little quick on that one. Behind the back dribble by Nelson, got by Brody Tebbs. The left-hand lay-in is good. What a shot by Matt Nelson. He's got 7.
That is a pretty shot by Matt Nelson, both the dribble and then to go to the left hand on that layup. Pretty shot.
First lead of the second quarter for Manti, 21-19. Up top is Chisholm on the Dixie D. Guarded by Brody Barson. Works his way left side, picks it up. Ball gets knocked out of his hands, and it will be South Sevier basketball on the left sideline. Cade Nichols into the game now for the Templars. Coming out will be Adam Huff. Yesterday in the semifinal, Coach Shakespeare tightened up that rotation a little bit. Didn't go quite as deep as he normally does, or at least as often as he normally does. And today we'll see if that kind of stays the same.
Yeah, kind of can't without Brenton Thompson in there. That hurts that rotation.
Left corner three by Barton off the inbounds pass. Missed it hard. Rebound Nichols. South Sevier's getting some of the looks they want, just not following.
Just not hitting them. Yeah, Caleb Barton doesn't miss that shot very often, that wide open.
Nelson up top. Hands off. Nope, going to keep it himself. Now he goes to the wing to Thompson. Thompson to the top of the key. Guarded by Barton. Going to drive left. Cut off by Caleb. Fakes the spin move. Going to drive to the baseline. Puts it up off the glass and in. 4-point Manti lead. Thompson now with 6 off the bench for the Templars. Tebbs across the timeline. Going to fake left. Goes right to the wing to Wood. He'll take the college three. Short off the rim. Got his own rebound again. Does Peyton Wood as he falls out of bounds. He throws it in. Picked up by Thompson. Turnover by South Sevier is their 5th. Down the floor, Thompson ahead to Rasmussen. On the low block, he'll put it up. Off the rim, no good. In and out. Chisholm the rebound for the South Sevier Rams. And South Sevier pushing it the other way. Caleb Barton right wing, out to Tebbs. Tebbs up top to Chisholm. Chisholm crossover dribble. He'll drive right and gets knocked to the floor. Foul called on Manti. As they try to split the double team, he'll be reached in on Brody Barson. That'll be the first on Barson. 15th foul on the Templars.
Tyson Chisholm looks like a big kid that's just going to clean the glass, get you some and ones, down close in the paint. He can drive. He's a really good dribbler. He can get around guys.
Into the game, Adam Huff back in, and also coming in, Cade Nichols for Manti. Or excuse me, Dylan Wathen back in. Nichols checked into the last whistle. Up top, Brody Tebbs in the Dixie D. Play call coming in from Coach Parsons. Tebbs picks it up, comes high right now to Chisholm. Back to Tebbs. Tebbs guarded by Nichols. Going to drive right. Step back now. 54 seconds to go in the first half. Manti leading South Sevier 23-19. Up top is Chisholm. Left side he'll go to Tebbs. Low block to get into Hunt, working on Nelson. And Nelson kicks her back out to Chisholm. Does Hunt. Kicking into the corner. Tebbs open for 3 from the left side. Knocks it down. Brody Tebbs, a game high 11 with that Riverstone Contractors 3-pointer.
That was made by Tyson Chisholm's drive, just like I was talking about. He got the defense to collapse on him, and then he had the guy in the Brody Tebbs in the corner for the 3.
28 seconds to go in the half. 1-point Manti lead. Manti content to hold this one and play for the final shot and go into the break with at least a 1-point lead, if not more, as they can add to it here. Thompson yo-yos near half court. Down to 15 seconds to go in the half. Starts to work his way to the middle of the floor. Chisholm will guard him at the top of the key. Down to 10 seconds left. Down to 6 now for Thompson. Starts to work his way in. Getting drive left side against Chisholm. Kicking out to the wing. Open for 3 is Adam Huff. Nothing but net at the buzzer. Adam Huff, a huge 3-pointer. And at the half, it will be the Manti Templars 26 and South Sevier 22. The 4-point Manti lead as we go into the break on the D-Land title scoreboard in the 3A state championship game. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10 and come back with the Jones & DeMille Engineering halftime show.
We offer quick service on your loan request. We make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for an answer from some out-of-town loan committee. It's one of the advantages of banking with hometown people. You're independent, so are we. Utah Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Deep
DP Curtis Trucking is a family-oriented business that works hard to get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis is hiring reliable drivers with starting wage at 40 cents per mile, going to 42 cents after 90 days. Additional pay for tarps, drops, picks, and additional trailers. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and bonuses, and more. If you'd like to join the DP Curtis family, call for details, 435-893-2886. That's 893-2886, or click dpcurtis.com.
Looking for an affordable car, truck, or SUV? The two guys at CarWise have you covered with vehicles starting as low as $4,000. Go to carwiseutah.com to check out our inventory, or come see us in person at 1220 South State Street in Salina. And don't worry if your credit's not the best, we've got you covered there too. Give us a call at 435-287-2277. Shop Wise, shop CarWise. Go to carwiseutah.com to check out our inventory.
Mountain Land Supply of Richfield is the Central Utah leader in plumbing, waterworks, turf, and ag irrigation. Mountain Land Supply features an entire line of Rainbird sprinklers and systems for your yard or commercial property, and backs it up with an extremely knowledgeable staff that cares about the local community because they live here. Visit them at 2104 South Red Hills Drive in Richfield, or call for a showroom appointment, 435-896-9606. Mountain Land Supply is proud to sponsor high school sports and wishes the teams, coaches, and players success.
Are you paying too much for bulk gas, diesel, oil, and lube? Are you constantly running out of fuel for your business, farm, or hobby? Well, you should be calling Sevier Valley Oil Company. Sevier Valley Oil is your full-service bulk fuel, oil, and lube supplier. Now operating out of St. George and Richfield, Sevier Valley Oil is now covering all of southern Utah with quality petroleum products. From super tankers to farm delivery wagons, they have you covered. Make the right call today, 435-896-4406. And welcome back here to Burns Arena on the campus of Dixie State University. Robert Wobble with you alongside Greg Sterner. This is the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show from Slam Dunks to Buzzer Beaters. The Jones and DeMille Engineering team is here to help you tackle the toughest infrastructure issues. That's Jones and DeMille Engineering. And right now on the floor at Dixie State University are the Academic All-State honorees, and brought to you by the Desert News and the Utah High School Activities Association. And let's real quickly go through those, as there is one player in the state championship out there honored. And well, he's not playing because he's injured, but it is Cole Brailsford for the Manti Templars.
Yeah, Cole's an excellent student, smart kid. It's good to see these kids get recognized. The athletics is important and it's fun. This is really important, how hard they work in the classroom.
And a number of Central Utah athletes, though, out there today. Let's honor those that are inside the Mid-Utah radio and Centracom area, listening area. And from Delta, Jake Day, Tanner Gonder, and Brett Roundy. From Junab, Raiden Gould and Alex White. From Manti, as we mentioned, Cole Brailsford. And so all those individuals being honored here with their Academic All-State Award. They have a combined GPA of 3.999 due these academic athletes here that are leaving the floor now. It is just the start of the halftime. It is Manti 26, South Sevier 22. Before we look at the numbers here, Greg, real quick, your thoughts on this first half, your takeaway.
I think Manti's getting what they want, and they're hitting the shots. They're getting to the hoop. They've hit 3 of 7 on threes. South Sevier has only hit 2 of 12 on threes. If South Sevier starts draining those open threes, and they've had some open threes.
Yeah.
A lot of them have been highly contested, but they've had some open threes as well that they usually hit that they're not tonight. They're only down 4. Coach Parsons can't be too upset about that after shooting 2 of 12 from 3.
And so we'll look at those other stats coming back here in just a little bit inside the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. But right now we'll take a break and come back with the first half stats, with Manti leading South Sevier in the 3A Boys Basketball State Championship, 26-22 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Channel 10.
Affordable.
Fun.
Cutting edge.
Progressive. Creative.
Fulfilling.
Energetic.
Innovative.
Passionate.
Inviting.
With compound rankings by CNN Money, bestschools.org, Washington Monthly, and the Aspen Institute, Snow College is the #1 college in the nation.
Celebrating 125 years of excellence. Visit snow.edu.
Brooklyn Garden in Elsinore is gearing up for spring and summer. They've already started planting and the seedlings are up and doing great. Spring is just around the corner, and soon you'll be planting the cold hardy garden plants like cabbage and broccoli, plus some spring flowers like pansies. Their first load of trees and bushes are in stock and ready to go. The warm weather is coming, and the best place for spring planting supplies is Brooklyn Garden, 881 South Brooklyn Road in Elsinore. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 6.
Mountain Utah Family Medicine in Richfield is committed to providing compassionate, patient-centered, high-quality care to patients of all ages. Our staff of highly skilled and experienced care providers offer a wide variety of advanced medical care and treatment services for you and your family. We offer convenient appointment times, including after-hour services. Place your health and wellness in the hands of experienced medical professionals by scheduling an appointment with our physicians today. 435-896-9561.
DP Curtis Trucking is a family-oriented business that works hard to get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis is hiring reliable drivers with starting wage at 40 cents per mile, going to 42 cents after 90 days. Additional pay for tarps, drops, picks, and additional trailers. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and bonuses, and more. If you'd like to join the DP Curtis family, call for details, 435-893-2886. That's 893-2886, or click dpcurtis.com.
And we welcome you back here to the Jones & DeMille Engineering Halftime Show. Jones & DeMille applauds the teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment to the race for excellence has no finish line. And just leaving the floor now are the 5-time straight drill team state champions. The South Sevier Sensations will win 4 in a row to end their time in the 2A classification, and their first year in 3A this year, they once again won a state championship in drill team. At the half, though, here in the 3A Boys Basketball State Championship, we've got a battle. Manti 26, South Sevier 22. 5 lead changes in the first half. 3 ties in the first half. Manti's largest lead is what it is now at 4 points. South Sevier's largest lead was just 3 points in half number 1. And so you've got a great battle going back and forth between these two teams. And let's take a look at the first half stats now in this one. And we will start off with the Manti Templars as they have the lead. Leading the way for the Templars, Matt Nelson, 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. 6 points from Travis Thompson to go on with 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Then 4 points from Dylan Wathen with 3 rebounds. And then 3 points from Cade Nichols, 2 from Tanner Rasmussen, and 1 from Brody Barson in this first half. As a team, shooting 42% from the field, so good numbers. 43% from 3, really good three-point number. And then 75% from the free throw line at 3 for 4.
Yeah, both teams shooting well from the free throw line so far. Just not too many free throws, and that's good. That keeps the game moving. It's been a fun first half to watch.
Stats for the South Sevier Rams coming into this one. Game high 11 points from Brody Tebbs. He has been awesome. 5 for 6 from the field is Tebbs. He is followed by Tyson Chisholm with 4 points and 3 rebounds. 3 points from Caleb Barton, just 1 3-pointer. He struggled in the game. 1 for 9 shooting is Barton. 2 points from Hayden Wood, along with 5 rebounds, including 3 offensive and 2 steals. And then 2 points from Cates King in this game. As a team, South Sevier shooting just 35% from the field and a very low 17% from the 3-point line at 2 for 12, as you mentioned last break. And then 4 for 5 at 80% from the free throw line in this game.
Brody Tebbs is carrying South Sevier right now. Without him, it would be a lot different game. He's got 11 points, most valuable player of the half by far. It'll be interesting to see if Caleb Barton continues to struggle. If he does, it's tough for South Sevier. He's so important for them. I don't know that I've seen him struggle for 2 halves this year.
Right.
I expect him to get it going in the second half.
Other stats to look at, Manti winning the rebound battle 14-10, but 5 offensive rebounds for South Sevier, so half of the rebounds have come on the offensive end. And then turnover-wise, South Sevier with 5 in this first half, and Manti does have 9 first half turnovers. So there you go. Those are your first half stats. And your stat check once again brought to you by Sorensen Levitt Insurance Agency in both Richfield and Salina. Give Corey Sorensen in Richfield a call and give him a call at 896-4471 or Cena Rasmussen in Salina at 529-7471. Sorensen Levitt Insurance Agency offering Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance in both Richfield and Salina. And this has been the Jones & DeMille Engineering Halftime Show. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll come back and get you ready for the second half of what we expect to see next here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones & DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, Manti, Utah Valley, St. George, and Monticello, they're committed to providing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, funding procurement, surveying, GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets, deadlines, and schedules. Visit jonesandemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones & DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professional shaping the quality of life.
Sevier Valley Hospital supports our local athletes, not only during the game, but when they need some help to get back into it too. Our own team of starters includes physicians who specialize in orthopedic and general surgery, ENT, podiatry, family and internal medicine, pain management, and other areas of care. And they work to repair sports and everyday injuries right at our hospital, helping to keep both our athletes and their fans close to home for your care. Sevier Valley Hospital, healing for life.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. Centricom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Riverstone Contractors is your plumbing source for Sevier County. Riverstone can fix leaking pipes, replace water heaters, fix and replace faucets, disposals, water softeners, and toilets, along with tubs, showers, and grab bars for your bathroom. Riverstone does plumbing for new construction and remodels. They also take care of your heating and air conditioning needs with central air, swamp coolers, gas furnaces, and sheet metal ducts. For the best plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service, call Riverstone Contractors at 435-896-6264. That's 896-6264. When it comes to your insurance needs, it's important to find someone with experience that you can trust. The Glee family has been serving Central Utah for over 50 years. At Todd Glee Insurance, they continue the same friendly service that customers have grown to expect. Stop in today at 245 North Main Street in Richfield or give Todd a call at 435-527-0455. Todd Glee Insurance, experience you can trust. On Main Street in Richfield or call 435-527-0455. And welcome back here to Burns Arena on the campus of Dixie State University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Greg Sterner at the half of the 3A Boys Basketball State Championship. It's Manti 26, South Sevier 22. And as we go into this second half, this is going to be a crucial point in the game, Greg. The last two times these two teams have met, this is when South Sevier has taken control of the game and in one case ran away in the game. And so Manti's got to come out obviously ready to go. You think in the state championship atmosphere, that would do it for them.
Yeah, I think in that second game Manti played against South Sevier, they were up by 10 or 12 at halftime, and South Sevier was able to come back. Let's see if Manti stays aggressive. I'm sure they will. I'm sure Coach Shakespeare will keep them aggressive. I don't know that South Sevier really wants to do anything that much different than what they did in the first half. I think they just want to make their shots.
That always helps.
Yeah.
And so we'll watch for those things in this second half and see how the third quarter happens. We've talked about it for most of the year with South Sevier. They have been a second half team. They've had teams that have no business being in ball games with them in a close game, or even tied sometimes, or trailing sometimes at the half. They come out at halftime and dominate that third quarter. Even yesterday against a good team in Delta in a very tight game at the half, South Sevier came out and dominated the third quarter, had a double-digit lead going into the fourth quarter in that semifinal game. So this is going to be crucial to me to see how this third quarter plays out.
I'm interested to see if Manti changes anything on defense. They're giving up the baseline a little bit to South Sevier, and South Sevier's getting to the hoop. They're not hitting the shot. I don't know that the rotation, that double team to the help defense to cut off the baseline got there quick enough in the first half. South Sevier just wasn't hitting their shots. We'll see if they change that up or if that's just the philosophy.
Got a coach consultant over here to my left, Coach Devin Shakespeare from Manti, his brother Dustin, and of course the former South Sevier coach. And he mentioned, he said that South Sevier implemented 2 new inbounds pass plays in this game that he has not seen before. And one of them they ran really well. Brody got a layup on it. The other one did not work so well as their execution wasn't there. He also pointed out the fact that at the end of that first half, South Sevier executed perfectly to get the 3 in the corner for Brody Thames, and on the other end, Manti executed perfectly to get the 3 for to Adam Huff to end the half.
Great way to end the half for both teams, really, as far as offensively. Defensively, both teams kind of broke down there with the 3-pointers, but I'm interested to see if the energy is just as high. We'll see if the officials keep the reffing and what they're calling the same. I think how many team fouls did we have? 4 on South Sevier.
And 5 on Manti.
5 on Manti. We didn't even get into the bonus in the first half. Let's see if they keep calling it like that consistently here in the second half.
Occasionally you will see where they tighten it up a little bit in the second half of these type of games, high-intensity games.
Nobody's really in foul trouble so far. You got Tanner Rasmussen with 2, but that's not really in trouble at the start of the second half. But nobody else has more than 1.
And it will be Manti basketball to start this second half. They lead it by 4, 26-22. Matt Nelson with it, high left side, guarded by Tebbs. Crossover dribble, goes left side, pull up at the free throw line, 15-footer, knocks it down. Matt Nelson with 9 to lead Manti, and they now have their largest lead of 6, 28-22.
I love seeing a kid hit a mid-range jumper. You saw that a lot in the girls' game in that championship game, and I love to see a mid-range jumper.
Chisholm up top goes to Tebbs as they reset the offense for the Rams. Right winger comes to Peyton Wood. Underneath the Hunt on the curl, got wide open as Nelson gambled on the steal, didn't get it, and Hunt gets his first bucket of the game.
Good set play out of the halftime break by South Sevier there.
28-24, Manti the 4-point lead, 7:23 to go in the third. Skip pass left side, Tanner open for 3, air ball hard. Barton the rebound on the backside for South Sevier. He'll push the pace the other way. Get a crossover dribble, drives left side, kick into the wing to Tebbs for 3. Nothing but net, Brody Tebbs, the Riverstone Contractors three-pointer. He's got a game-high 14, and it's a one-point game. Wathen across the timeline, picked up by Barton. He'll go right wing to Nichols. Guarded by Wood, works his way to the free throw line, picks it up, go to the corner to Wathen. Guarded by Barton. He'll work off the screen by Nichols, thought about the 3, now goes into the corner to Nichols. Cade brings it around to the top of the key and hands to Nelson. Nelson in the dribble middle, gets in the lane, puts up the shot against the defense. No, off the glass, no good. Barson the rebound, he'll go back up and in.
Look at how far South Sevier's playing off Dylan Wathen and Cade Nichols. They're daring them to shoot that 3, trying to cut off the penetration.
Brody Tebbs drives left side, up top will go to Chisholm. Chisholm hesitates, he'll drive left side against Barson, scoop it up, no good, missed it short. Rebound by Nelson for Manti, he's coming the other way, hounded by Wood. Down the floor it comes, knocked out of bounds by Barton. It'll be Manti basketball underneath. 3-point Manti lead, 6:26 to go here in the third quarter. Nelson to inbound underneath for the Templars, 4 around the key for Manti. Looking in the lane, they'll go to Barson against Chisholm on the low block. Gets cut off, and he used the dribble already, needs help. And he'll get it to Nichols through his hands, though. Ball gets tipped away, and Tebbs has it. Turnover by Manti's their 10th. Down the floor it comes, left side Barton in transition for 3. Nothing but net. Caleb Barton, the Riverstone Contractors three-pointer, and we got a tie ball game.
That's the Caleb Barton we've seen all year. Transition three-pointer.
30-30 your score. Dylan Wathen left side, working into the low block. Kicks it into the corner to Rasmussen. Tanner dribbles middle, gets in the lane, puts in the shot, blocked on the shot by Easton Hunt, goes right out to Cade Nichols. Up top to Nelson, poked away by Tebbs. Nelson picks it up near the timeline. Coach Shakespeare calling out the set for Manti. Crossover dribble guarded by Brody Tebbs. Tebbs comes out on him to get the 5-second count going. Crossover dribble, steps back for the long 3. What a shot with Matt Nelson, now with 12.
That was good defense by South Sevier. Matt Nelson just with a tricky little dribble there to get open.
The lazy DePon three-pointer. 3-point Manti lead. Up top is Easton Hunt. Pump fake on the 3, gonna dribble in against Nelson and hands off to Tebbs. Tebbs, top of the key, goes off the screen by Hunt. Goes back to Easton. Left wing for 3, high arch. Gonna be short off the rim. Rebound by Nelson for Manti. Peyton Wood hits the floor. He's ran into Tyson Chisholm for South Sevier. Deep 3 for Nelson. Off the glass, no good. Too hard. Rebound by Peyton Wood for South Sevier. He'll get it down the floor to Barton. And Caleb gonna let the defense pass, but he didn't see Wathen coming and tips away from behind. Turnover by South Sevier. Wathen right side, cut off by Chisholm on the drive. Now he'll back out on the wing. Up top to Nichols. Guarded by Barton, gonna drive left side, gets in the low block, puts it up too hard off the glass, and a foul called. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul will go against Peyton Wood. That'll be his second, team's first this half. 4:52 to go in the third, 33-30. Manti the 3-point lead in the 3A state championship. Cade Nichols at the line. First free throws he's taken today. First shot is up and good. He's got 4. Coach Parsons talking to his point guard, Brody Tebbs. Travis Thompson will check in for the shooter after the made free throw or the next whistle. And he will make the free throw. So Thompson into the game. Nichols will lead with those 5 points. And a 5-point Manti lead, 35-30. Chisholm will inbound on the baseline into Brody Tebbs to bring it the length of the floor. Guarded by Travis Thompson all the way down. Tebbs will bring it across the timeline. He'll come high right to Barton. Caleb guarded by Rasmussen to the wing to Hunt. Hunt gonna fake right, goes left, gets by Nelson. Pump fake, got everybody in the air. Blocked from behind though by Wathen and picked up by Barson.
Great defensive play from behind by Dylan Wathen to get his hand on the ball there.
Into the corner, Rasmussen for 3 for Manti. Misses short off the rim. Rebound tipped up by Tebbs. It's knocked out by Tanner, and he'll come away with it for the Templars. Hand off to Nelson. Driving in the lane, working on it. Tebbs, spin move, puts up the shot, knocks it down. It's a 7-point Manti lead. Coach Parsons wants a timeout with 4:18 to go in the third. It is Manti 37, South Sevier 30 on the D-Land title scoreboard. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centralcom Channel 10.
As temperatures become cooler outside, insects will be looking for someplace warmer to live, like inside your home. Spiders, ants, earwigs, and other bugs will take refuge in your kitchen, bathroom, bedrooms, and even closets. To protect your home, call EcoLife for a professional pest control barrier. EcoLife applies a smell-free, safe for the environment product to ensure you and your family are bug-free. All services are guaranteed. To schedule EcoLife to rid your home of bugs, call 283-6002. EcoLife is a proud supporter of Central Utah High School sports.
You've heard for years that Gunnison Market is your hometown grocer. Now Gunnison Market offers you a hometown pharmacist. Come experience friendly hometown service from Sean Sorensen at Gunnison Market Pharmacy. Sean grew up in Gunnison and offers competitive prices, expert advice, and convenient hours, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Explore the loyalty card benefits, which gives you a free gift card for every 10 prescriptions filled. Call 528-7555 or visit Gunnison Market Pharmacy.
4:17 to go in the third quarter. Manti 37, South Sevier 30 here on the 3A Boys Basketball State Championship. Manti has opened up their largest lead of the game of 7. South Sevier basketball coming out of the timeout. Inbounding is Caleb Barton. He'll get it in to Easton Hunt in the backcourt to bring it across the timeline. He'll be picked up by Matt Nelson on the wing. Easton going to drive in, steps back and hand off to Tebbs as they set up the offense. Play call comes in from Coach Parsons. Right side high to Barton. Caleb up top to Hunt, and a lazy pass taken away by Nelson. Nelson going the other way, scooping up and score. Matt Nelson now the game high 16. Costly turnover by South Sevier.
Matt Nelson is playing so tough today. This half he has 9 points already, 4 minutes into the half.
High right, Payton-Wood has it to the wing to Hunt. Guarded by Nelson. Up top it'll come to Chisholm. Crossover dribble, going to drive it against Barson. To the wing to Wood. Thought about the three from the corner. Now going to drive baseline. Puts it up against Barson. Too hard off the glass. And rebound by Rasmussen. And he'll clear it for Matt Nelson.
Smart idea by Tanner there, not to try and push it up the floor. Just slow it down, get it to Matt, bring it up the floor and set up your offense.
Travis Thompson up top now for the Templars, guarded by Wood. Crossover dribble, going to drive in, reverse the direction. Hand off in the lane to Barson. Nope, kick it left side instead to Wathen for three. Nothing but net. Dylan Wathen, a lazy deep on three-pointer, and all of a sudden it's a 12-point Manti lead.
South Sevier's slacking off at Dylan Wathen. They're scared of his drive more than his three, and he just made him pay with that.
Backdoor pass to Caleb Barton. He'll be fouled on the shot as he goes up. He's going to the line to shoot two. The foul will be on Travis Thompson. That is his second.
Good drive by Caleb Barton there. Nice little backdoor cut. Good foul by Travis Thompson. Not give up the layup.
So Barton at the line to shoot two. Coach Parsons calls the full court press after the free throws. First one is good by Barton. He's got 7. One more free throw coming. 3:08 to go in the third. Manti with a huge third quarter. We talked about the fact that South Sevier, this has been their time all year, and it's Manti taking it away from them. In and out on the second free throw, and the missed free throw means they're not going to go full court press. Down the floor, Travis Thompson has it, and he'll lay it in. Matt Nelson able to find him streaking down the floor.
That's one of those play of the game possibilities there. I want to see that replay at the next break because that just tipped off at Travis Thompson into Travis Thompson's hand.
Tyson Chisholm drives left side, misses the shot. Rebound by Wathen. He's coming the other way from Manti. Up ahead, left side to Nelson. Nelson crosses the dribble, baseball pass, wide open. Brody Barson, and got it to fall. Round the rim and dropped it in. And Coach Parson wants another timeout. 2:37 to go in the third quarter. It is all Manti. 46-31, the 15-point lead over the South Sevier Rams.
Here's that replay. Beautiful play by Matt Nelson and Travis Thompson.
Thompson lays it in, another 15-point lead with 2:37 to go on the D-Land title scoreboard in quarter number 3. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Is your internet constipated? That's right, you heard me. Do you
suffer from the buffer?
Don't suffer anymore. Get things flowing again with gig internet speeds from MTCC. Our fiber to the home network gives you the speeds you need to do your business. Go gig today and let the internet flow. Side effects may include smooth video streaming, incredible online gaming experiences, the ability to use multiple devices at the same time, and an overall feeling of giddiness. You may even giggle. It's that fast. Some restrictions may apply, not available in all areas.
And welcome back here to Burns Arena on the campus of Dixie State University. It is all Manti in this third quarter as they have outscored South Sevier 20-9 in the third quarter. They have opened up a 15-point lead, 46-31.
Good timeout by Coach Parsons there to slow it down, get their heads collected. You'll see South Sevier run a good set right here, I guarantee it.
Cades King is checked in for Payton-Wood for the Rams. Spin move by Brody Tebbs. Backdoor pass to Barton. Got tipped by Rasmussen. And Tanner comes up with a steal. Turnover by South Sevier is their 8th.
Good play by Tanner Rasmussen to read that and get his hand on it.
Across the timeline comes Dylan Wathen. Picked up by Barton. He'll come high left to Rasmussen. Going to work his way to the middle of the floor. Cut off by Hunt on the right elbow. Picks it up, needs help. And tries to pass it out. Hunt knocks it away. Rasmussen gets it back, and he'll come high left to Wathen. Into the corner to the wing. It'll go to Rasmussen. He'll drive baseline, scoop it up and score. Tanner Rasmussen now with 4 points.
Great drive by Tanner Rasmussen there to get to the baseline.
Cades King will run the point now for South Sevier. Picked up by Nelson. Right side high comes to Barton. Guarded by Tanner. Across the dribble to the wing to Chisholm. Chisholm up top to King. King thought about the three. Now going to drive in against Nelson. Got by him. Scoop it up. Blocked by Nelson out of bounds. South Sevier basketball underneath. South Sevier crowd has gone silent. Manti, you can hear them loud here. Hayden Wood into the game. Coming out will be Tyson Chisholm for the Rams. 1:44 to go. On the entry pass, Manti will go to a zone defensively. Tebbs to inbound underneath, 4 around the key for the Rams. She'll lob it out to Cades King. Tipped away by Nelson, out of bounds it goes. And last touch by King. Turnover by South Sevier again, that's their 9th.
Matt Nelson is playing out of his mind this half. He is defensively, offensively, this is fun to watch.
Great game by Nelson. He's got a game-high 16 points to lead the Templars. 9 in this half alone, as you mentioned. Inside it goes to Barson. Ball gets knocked loose. It's on the floor, picked up by Barton for South Sevier. Turnover by Manti is their 11th. Down the floor, Barton, right wing. He'll come out to Hunt. Hunt pump fake. Get a dribble middle. Up top to Cades King. Pump fake on the 3. He'll drive. Pull up. 14-footer. Short off the rim down the lane. Rebound by Thompson, and he'll be fouled. And they're going to give it to Cades King, and that'll be on Cates, his first. Second team foul. Manti basketball. South Sevier came out strong to start this third quarter, then Manti has just completely dominated it since then. They had 2 big threes, one by Barton and one by Tebbs, and that's been it for the Rams. Left side, Nelson launches the 3. In and out, rebound tipped up, and King has it for South Sevier. He'll be fouled.
Good box out there by Cades King to get that rebound and draw the foul.
That'll be on Brody Barson, his second. Just the second team foul on Manti this half. Barson will leave the game as Adam Huff checks in. Travis Thompson going to press Brody Tebbs down the floor again. If you're South Sevier, you got to get a couple of buckets here going into the fourth quarter.
They got to get the momentum going back their way here before the start of the fourth quarter, you're right.
Up top, King, right wing, he comes to Wood. Wood going to dribble to the middle, hand off to Hunt. Hunt goes off the screen by Wood, hesitates, now crossover, steps back, needs help, he'll come to Tebbs off the screen. Tebbs steps back for 3, nothing but net. Brody Tebbs now 17 to lead the South Sevier Rams.
Brody Tebbs is having a great game, and great off-ball screens by South Sevier to get him open.
Skip pass left side to Huff, he'll take the deep 3. Short off the rim, King the rebound for the Rams. Cades King will push the pace as Coach Parsons yells, let's go, let's go. Right wing is Hunt, guarded by Huff. Gonna fake right, goes left, kicks it to King on the wing. King gonna dribble in against Nelson, out to Wood on the wing. He'll drive right side, comes up to the jump stop, off the glass and in. Peyton Wood the bucket, he's got 4.
Good move by Peyton Wood to go up above Matt Nelson's outstretched hands to get that off the glass.
Coach Parsons calls that to the final 18 seconds of the third quarter. 48-36, Manti with the lead. Left side high Thompson, right side high to Wathen. 12 seconds to go, back to Thompson, high left. Back to Wathen, right side. Down to the final 6 seconds, high post, Tanner Rasmussen wide open, easily lays it in.
They just kind of lulled him to sleep with those passes along the perimeter.
And Brody Tebbs will heave it at the end of the third quarter. 50-32 is your score as 36, Manti has opened up a 14-point lead over the South Sevier Rams in the D-Land title scoreboard in the 3A state championship. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Because I know how hard it is to make ends meet.
Because I balance my checkbook too.
Because I know every little bit adds up.
Why do I work at Skyline Pharmacy?
Why do I work at Skyline Pharmacy?
Why do I work at Skyline Pharmacy?
Because you shouldn't have to pay more than you need to take care of your body.
Dave Blackham and the staff at Skyline Pharmacy do their best to keep the cost of your medications as low as possible. They have honest, consistent prices to help keep you and your budget healthy. Skyline Pharmacy, where your first choice is still your best choice.
You've seen Zions Bank's name at sporting events, performances, and fundraisers. We're just about everywhere. Your children and grandchildren see Zions' dedicated employees in their classroom, teaching them how to save. We do all this because we have skin in the game. We support South Central Utah because we live and work here too. So we're as committed to this community's future as you are. When it comes to choosing to bank at Zions, rest assured you're selecting a company dedicated to bringing value to South Central Utah's businesses, individuals, and families.
ZionsBank.com, member FDIC.
And welcome back here to Burns Green on the campus of Dixie State University. 14-point Manti lead, 50-36. They had a 24-point quarter, did Manti in the third.
It took Manti about 6 minutes to score their first points this game, and now they've got 50 after 3.
Brody Tebbs has it for South Sevier to start the fourth. Picks up his dribble, high left side. He needs help, and he'll hand to Easton Hunt. Hunt to the top of the key, works his way right side. Cross over the dribble, pull up, 15-footer from the free throw line. Knocks it down. Big shot by Easton Hunt. He's got 4.
Nice little mid-range jumper again there.
Coach Parsons telling him to come out of next. The 1-2-2 half-court trap. Across the timeline it comes high to Wathen. Lobs back to Thompson. Thompson goes back to Wathen right side. 50-38 your score. Manti the 12-point lead. There's a pass knocked away by King. Paytonwood has it for the Rams. Stolen back by Travis Thompson. Down the floor he comes, and Brody Tebbs takes it right back for South Sevier on the pass.
If you're Manti, you want to just get back in your defense now.
Up top, Paytonwood, pump fake on the 3, back to Tebbs, into the corner to Hunt, pump fake, he'll dribble in, comes back to Tebbs, pump fake on the 3, guarded by Tanner, swing it right side now to Hunt. And Hunt holding, he'll back out, and they'll reset the offense. 7 minutes to go in the game, 50-38 Manti. Hunt gonna drive right, got cut off, hands off on the wing to Tebbs. Tebbs dribbles middle, gets in the lane, comes to the wing to Barton, deep NBA range 3, short off the rim, high rebound by Barson for Manti. Too deep for Caleb there. Matt Nelson up ahead to Travis Thompson, high left side. He'll come back to Nelson across the timeline, back to Thompson. 6:43 to go in the game, 12-point Manti lead. Lob back to Thompson, high left. And he'll come back to Nelson. Guarded by Tebbs, back to Thompson. In the 1-2-2 trap, Thompson dribbles into the double team, now goes back to Rasmussen in the wing. Now back up top, high right to Nelson. Manti content to run clock out. Left side high, Thompson now to Nelson. He'll take the deep 3. Off the rim, no good, missed it hard. Rebound, Paytonwood for the Rams. Cates King down the floor to Caleb Barton. Into the corner to Tebbs. Transition 3. Off the rim, no good. Missed it. Short rebound. Foul called on Easton Hunt. That'll be his second. And the team's third on South Sevier.
Good box out by Dylan Wathen to get that foul there.
Tyson Chisholm back in for Cates King for South Sevier. Cade Nichols will come in for Brody Barson. Adam Huff will come in for Tanner Rasmussen. Rasmussen leaving a little bit gimpy, maybe out of breath. Not sure what it is, but he's doesn't seem 100% when he leaves the game right there.
He's struggling a little bit. I think he just worked really hard today.
Thompson across the timeline to Nichols against the 1-2-2. Up top back to Thompson. Now right side back to Nichols. Underneath, Wathen got lost. Down the lane to go to Huff. Put it up, blocked by Easton Hunt, and a foul called. Adam Huff will go to the line and shoot 2. That'll be the third on Hunt. First free throws of the game coming for Adam Huff for the Templars. 50-38 your score on the D-Land title scoreboard. Manti leads South Sevier.
There's a soft spot in every zone, just like this zone that South Sevier's running. Manti just has to be content to let it come. They don't need to be in a hurry, but you don't want to sit back and not be aggressive as well.
First free throw by Huff is good. One more coming. Second free throw knocks it down. Huff makes them both. He's got 5. And Brant Williams checking into the game now for the South Sevier Rams. Paytonwood. Nope, it's going to be Easton Hunt is going to come out.
Adam Huff there is just a junior. He'll be a leader on this team for Manti next year. He and Travis Thompson, who's just a sophomore.
Brody Tebbs will bring it up the floor for the Rams. Across the timeline, guarded by Thompson. Under 6 to go in the game. Going to dribble right side in the lane, kick it into the corner to Wood. Paytonwood for 3, that's going to be air ball hard. Rebound by Wathen for Manti.
Another good box out by Dylan Wathen. He's doing a great job this quarter boxing out and getting those rebounds.
Up ahead, right side to Nichols. There's the double team on the trap. Works his way around to the top of the key, and he dropped it, dribbled it off his foot into the backcourt. Turnover by Manti as their 14th.
The trap did exactly what South Sevier wanted it to that time. They got there quick, and Cade just kind of went off his leg into the backcourt.
Rasmussen back into the game for Nichols. King back into the game for Tebbs to give Tebbs a breather here before we get for the stretch run for South Sevier. Barton to inbound on the sideline. They'll get it into the backcourt to Cates King. 5:35 to go. Manti 52, South Sevier 38. And behind the back dribble by King. Up top he hands to Chisholm. Left wing they go to Williams. Williams guarded by Wathen. And it goes into the corner to Wood. Paytonwood holding. He'll come out to Chisholm. Chisholm guarded by Huff. Back to Wood in the corner. Payton will rise up for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound underneath by Rasmussen for Manti. And he'll get it over to Thompson. Down the floor it comes to Wathen across the timeline. Picked up by Barton in the trap. And he'll go left side to Tanner. Picked up on the wing, double team, and the ball gets taken away by Paytonwood.
Trap's working for South Sevier. Manti has to swing that ball quick. Pass the ball out of that trap.
Up top, Caleb Barton. He'll rise for the deep 3. Knocks it down. What a shot. Caleb Barton with 10.
Man, that's tough to defend. 3, 4, 5 feet behind the 3-point line.
11-point lead now for Manti. 52-41. Thompson being double teamed. He'll come left side high to Nelson. Back to Thompson right side. And he'll come back to Nelson on the wing. He'll take the deep three. And off the rim, no good. High rebound. Rasmussen gets it from Manti. He'll hand to Nelson a three from the corner. That'll be air ball hard. Rebound Chisholm. Tyson coming the other way. Picked up by Nelson, and he'll bring it across the timeline. He's going to drive it against Huff. Gets cut off. Now he needs help. He'll come out to Wood. Top of the key. Right wing, they swing it to Williams. Williams drives right. Cut off on the baseline. He'll put up the 15-footer. Partially blocked. And South Sevier wanted the foul called. And then Manti loses it out of bounds.
Just lost it out of bounds. Yeah. It's hard to ever say Matt Nilsson takes a bad shot because he's got range past half court. But, man, you want to run a little clock if you're Manti there.
That's probably 3 in a row, though, that he shouldn't have taken. 4:18 to go in the game on the D-Land title scoreboard. Manti 52, South Sevier 41. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking in Salina has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking in Salina is now hiring local drivers. If you're looking for a solid career in the trucking industry that has a positive working environment, join the big blue trucks of Barney Trucking. The job includes benefits, training, retirement, and requires a Class A CDL license and an endorsement for doubles and triples. To apply, go to barneytrucking.com or call 529-4422. That's 529-4422.
Hi, this is Kevin Madsen with Cache Valley Bank. Is your good old truck not as good as it used to be? Do you need a more dependable set of wheels? Then cruise on over to Cache Valley Bank. We offer great rates, low fees, and quick service on our auto loans. Come and apply today in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, or Fairview. You'll be glad you did. Cache Valley Bank, a tradition of helping. Member FDIC.
And now welcome back here to Burns Arena on the campus of Dixie State University. 4:18 to go, coming out of the timeout. South Sevier ball. They can cut the lead down to single digits as they trail Manti 52-41 in the 3A state championship. Tebbs to inbound as he checks back in and gets it into the left corner to Chisholm. Chisholm comes out round up top to King. High right now to Tebbs, guarded by Thompson to the wing to Barton. Deep three again, knocks it down again. Caleb Barton with 13.
Matt Nilsson was filling it last quarter for Manti. Caleb Barton's filling it this quarter for South Sevier. Manti's only got 2 points this quarter.
Makes it an 8-point game. 52-44 Templars. Right side high, Nelson. He'll go high left to Thompson. Under 4 to go in the game. Right side high back to Nelson. There's the trap again. They're just going to play keep away right now are Thompson and Nelson. And now a lob high to Thompson. Back to Nelson. Now back to Thompson, left side high. Again, back to Nelson. Manti fine to run some clock here as they have the 8-point lead.
So Coach Parsons calling out one of his post guys to come a little bit higher. Let's see if Manti can recognize that and get it into the paint.
Now they're just going to drop into man-to-man defense.
They kind of had to. If Manti's just going to keep working it around, they have to switch.
Foul on Peyton Wood will be his third as he came into Travis Thompson with the body. 15 foul on South Sevier, 3:28 to go. And Coach Parsons wants a timeout. Manti 52, South Sevier 44 on the D-Land title scoreboard with 3.5 to go in the game in the 3A state championship. 30 seconds, let's see what they're going to call here. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Let's keep it right here in the fourth quarter of the state championship. By the way, this timeout is going to be brought to you by Gunnison Implement, your everything store, GIC Gunnison Implement in Gunnison. 52-44, Manti the lead over South Sevier. South Sevier trying to make a run here in the fourth quarter after the Manti Templars had the big third quarter to get the 14-point lead coming into the fourth. And now it'll be South Sevier trying to answer as they've scored 8 points, outscored Manti 8-2 here in the fourth.
So most people listening know that usually the state MVP from the Deseret News, your Salt Lake Tribune, comes from the state championship team. The 2 MVPs for these two teams are playing like it this half. Matt Nelson in the third quarter, he had 9 points. Caleb Bart right here in the fourth quarter, or in the second half, has 10 points. These boys are playing like MVPs that they are. We'll see who ends up with the win.
Pass will come into Dylan Wathen. South Sevier going into a 1-3-1 zone. High left side Nelson, picked up by Tebbs. And skip pass into the right corner to Thompson. He looks to dribble in, got cut off, out to Wathen. High left to Nelson, into the corner Rasmussen. And Rasmussen holding. He'll come back around and kick it back out. High left to Nelson. Right side high to Wathen. High left again to Nelson. Back to Wathen right side. 3:05 to go in the game. 8-point lead still from Manti. They're content to hold it. High left to Nelson. Skip pass right side to Thompson in the corner. Back out to Wathen. Now back to Nelson. They can hold it for a few more seconds.
Oh, that pass to the corner scares you. Oh, my goodness.
And now they're going to pick him up in man are the Rams. Wathen out near the timeline. Peyton Wood's got to come out on him to force him to move. Crossover dribble by Wathen. He'll drive left. Bounce pass to Nelson on the wing. Guarded by Brody Tebbs. Nelson backs out. Behind the back dribble. Gonna drive the lane. Scoop it over the right hand. Got it to fall. What a take. Matt Nelson now with 18.
I wondered if anybody on Manti other than Matt Nelson was going to dare take the shot there, but they left it to Matt.
Left side, Brody Tebbs. He'll drive the lane. And gonna have a foul called underneath. It's going to go against Tanner Rasmussen away from the ball. That'll be his third. So South Sevier basketball underneath, 2:25 to go. Manti leading by 10. Coach Shakespeare wants a timeout to talk about it. Manti 54, South Sevier 44 on the D-Land title scoreboard. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Rick Bartholomew here at Risk Managers Insurance in downtown Ephraim. Paying your insurance in these hard economic times is not a pleasant experience. For most, it can be a sacrifice. We at Risk Managers know how you feel and are dedicated to making the burden lighter. We are here to help take care of any insurance problem or question you may have. We represent many top-of-the-line insurance companies. Come in and see us at 110 North Main, or call Mark or Rick at Risk Managers 283-4685.
Welcome back here to Burns Arena. It'll be South Sevier basketball coming out of the timeout as the Manti Templars make their way out. South Sevier comes from their huddle. It'll be Rams basketball on the baseline. Brody Tebbs to inbound. Easton Hunt has checked into the game for South Sevier. Tanner Rasmussen face guarding Caleb Barton. 3 in the lane. Barton is lobbed out high. They lob it into Hunt. And Hunt going to drive in, puts in the shot. Countered, he's fouled. Easton Hunt the bucket and the chance at the three-point play.
Great shot by Easton Hunt there. Dylan Wathen just got caught and got a chance for a three-point play here at the free throw line.
Second foul called on Wathen.
Easton Hunt's had a good second half as well. He's got 6 points, looking for 7 here.
Here's the and one from the Apex Foot and Ankle Institute free throw line. Knocks it down. Easton Hunt now with 7. Full court press put on by the Rams. And Brody Barson got free, but Matt Nelson didn't realize it. And splitting the double team is going to be Dylan Wathen. He'll be fouled. That'll be the 16th foul on South Sevier. And on Cates King, that is his second. Matt Nelson inbound on the left sideline. They'll get it into the backcourt to Rasmussen. Back to Nelson. 2:15 to go. 7-point lead for Manti. 54-47. Nelson going to drive right side. The ball got knocked away. Payton Wood has it. It's on the ground. Cates King has it. And timeout was called by Coach Parsons as the South Sevier Rams force a turnover on Manti. They've got a chance to cut it to 5 or possibly 4. And that means that South Sevier is down to 1 timeout left with 2:09 to go in the game. And this is a full timeout, so we'll take it on the D-Land title scoreboard. Manti 54, South Sevier 47. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
In sports, dedication and skill is important for success. The same is true for healthcare. And just like our local athletes, Sanpete Valley Hospital understands the importance of having a strong, committed team with experience beside you. Each team of professionals at our hospital has an impressive record in addition to years of experience in their fields. While we haven't felt the thrill of winning a title, we have received our own awards for quality care. And each day we have our own victories in helping our friends and neighbors live the healthiest lives possible. Sanpete Valley Hospital, healing for life.
Our roots are right here in this area. As a community credit union, many of us were born and raised in the communities that we serve. Because of that, we make our decisions right here at the credit union. Some places have local branches. We have local roots. Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
And welcome back here to Burns Arena. Brody Tebbs across the timeline for the Rams. He'll go high post, left elbow to Wood. Back to Tebbs on the flare for 3 from the wing. Round the rim, no good. Easton Hunt the rebound for the Rams. He'll dribble back out into the corner, guarded by Barson. Big rebound for Hunt. He'll get it out to Tebbs. Tebbs going to split the double team, tipped away, and it goes off of his knee, out of bounds. And the officials, they're going to give it to South Sevier. I think that's the wrong call, but none of them knew who it went off of, and so South Sevier gets it underneath.
I'd like to see that. Yeah, that looked like it went off a knee of Easton Hunt.
Tebbs to inbound. Left corner to King. Pump fake on the 3, and he stepped on the sideline. Turnover by South Sevier is their 11th. There's such a big gap from the sideline to the stands at this gym, and I've seen so many kids step on the sideline this weekend in both boys and girls every game, but I have to wonder if that's playing a factor in that because of how much difference there is than they're used to.
Yeah, players aren't used to that big of a sideline, you bet.
And Brody Barson has him in the little block after the pass from Nelson, and a foul called by Cates King. That'll be Cates' third, and that'll send Barson to the line to shoot 1-on-1 for Manti with 1:40 to go and a 7-point lead.
If you're a Manti fan, you're hoping they can hit their free throws here. They got to hit free throws with 1:40 left, up 7.
At the line, shooting 1-on-1 is Barson. Front end of the 1-on-1. Shot is up and good. Cool as a cucumber is Brody Barson. He'll shoot another. 1:40 to go in the game. Second free throw, in and out, and off the rim, no good. Rebound Barton. Caleb pushing the pace for South Sevier. Right side, kicks it to the wing to Hunt. Hunt gonna drive baseline around Nilsson. Put it up, blocked. No foul called. Wathen has it for Manti. He'll dribble up the floor, pass it down the floor to Barson. 3-on-0 for Manti. Travis Thompson lays it in. Back to a 10-point Manti lead.
Very unselfish play there by Brody Barson to hand it off to Travis Thompson for the layup.
And out the other way comes Brody Tibbs. He'll miss the hanging shot. He gets knocked down on the rebound. No foul called there. Manti has it, and Wathen comes across the timeline. The Manti Templars down the floor. Barson lays it in. 12-point Manti lead, and the Manti Templars are running away from the Rams in this one, looking for that state championship win. Caleb Barton blocked by Tanner Rasmussen as he started the press. Matt Nelson has it. And stolen by Brody Tibbs. He passed down the floor. Back to Barton right side. He'll launch the, nope, skip pass left side to Hunt. And he'll take the three from the corner. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound Nelson. And a foul called on the rebound on Peyton Wood. His fourth. Nelson will go to the line and shoot 1-on-1.
Manti fans are feeling it. They're going to take the state championship here in 3A in 2018.
A 12-point lead with 48 seconds to go. The Manti Templars finishing as the number 3 seed in Region 15. They lost to South Sevier twice this season, and they're on the verge of getting that win. That's hard to beat a team 3 times, and South Sevier finding that out now with 48 seconds left. Timeout called, the final one by Coach Parsons. 59-47, Manti the lead over South Sevier in the 3A state championship. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
So wait, is he a physician or a dentist?
He's both a physician and a dentist.
Oh, okay, great. So I can go to him for fillings and this back pain that I've been having?
Not exactly. Dr. James Barton is a board-certified specialist in oral and maxillofacial surgery. We've never had this type of specialty in the area, but now we won't have to travel so far for these services.
Experience oral and facial surgery care in a whole new way with a state-of-the-art facility in Central Utah. Visit them online at richfieldoralsurgery.com or call them at 435-287-4455. Elevate Oral and Facial Surgery.
Robinson Transport is a major part of the Central Utah economy by hauling supplies to maintain the energy needs of Utah and surrounding states. The management extends a sincere appreciation to all of their drivers for their hard work and dedication. Robinson Transport fully supports the education of our area youth and their participation in athletic competition. Should you need any construction equipment, topsoil, gravel, or concrete work, remember Robinson Transport of Salina, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
And welcome back here to Burns Arena. Matt Nelson at the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Manti Templars. He's got a game-high 18. First free throw here is good. One more coming for Nelson as they extend the lead back up to 13. South Sevier got as close as 7 and a chance to close it more than that, and they couldn't do it. And Nelson now with 20 points to lead the Templars. Up the floor comes Brody Tibbs, 14-point Manti lead. Tibbs going to dribble left side down the lane. Spin move, put it up against Thompson, and in and out. Rebound bounces around. Thompson has it, knocked away by Cates King. King gets it back. He'll go up off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound will go to Thompson. Down the floor to Rasmussen. Tanner off to the races, and he'll scoop it up and score. Rasmussen now with 8 points for Manti. Down the floor to Barton. Caleb on the wing. He's holding as the double team comes. Skip pass out to Cates King, and King will step up and launch the three. And nothing but net from Cates King. He's got 5 points, and that's going to pretty well do this one. 14 seconds to go. Huff will get it into Dylan Wathen. 63-50. Manti the lead. Down the floor it comes to Nelson. And Nelson will just hold it as the Manti Templars will be the 2018 3A boys basketball state champions with a 63-50 win over the South Sevier Rams. As the Rams come off the court, obviously heartbroken after such a great season in a region championship. But Manti wins the one that matters most, the state title.
We'll let the fans speak for us here for a minute. What a game, what a game.
You can hear the Manti crowd. As Manti celebrates at half court, they are the 3A state champions with again a 63-50 win over the South Sevier Rams. Manti with their second state championship since 2015. They took 2 years off and got another one with Coach Shakespeare at the helm. Have the trophy presentation coming up here shortly as the two teams exchange fives after the game. A great Region 15 battle here in this state championship match. And Matt Nelson, 20 points for the Manti Templars, led the way, but everybody played a key role for Manti in this one, and it ends up with a state title as they get to go home cutting down the nets here at Burns Arena on the campus of Dixie State University.
It's no consolation for these South Sevier kids because I know how bad they wanted to win this. But man, they had a good season, good team, state record in 3 points made over the year, 22-4 on the year, just a good team. But Manti comes out tonight when it means the most and takes home the 2018 3A state championship.
Once again, the crowd celebrating here at Burns Arena. They're going to have the trophy presentation coming up here shortly. We're going to keep it right here for that presentation with a 13-point Manti lead. Or win, I should say. And now they'll call the attention to as the principal for South Sevier High School, Randy Matson, will present the second place trophy to the South Sevier Rams. The PA announcer here at Burns Arena letting us know the pleasantries here in this final game of the 2017 and 18 season.
You know, it's no different any of these small rural schools like Manti and Monroe. Any of these schools have this, but really it's the whole community. These kids have played together since they were in 6th grade. They've had a bunch of different volunteer coaches. The whole town of Manti and Ephraim can come out and watch the fire trucks go down Main Street. This is a fun thing to see. I'm happy for these kids.
Randy Matson presents the second place trophy to the seniors in his group as Brody Tebbs takes it and walks away with it. Again, it's one of those where you accept the trophy, but obviously it's not the one you wanted to take home for South Sevier. And now at center court, they will award the state championship trophy to the Manti Templars.
They send out Cole Brailsford and Brenton Thompson, their 2 injured post players, to accept the trophy.
And now the rest of the team comes in to celebrate. And mosh pit at half court here at Dixie State University.
Manti was a very senior-led team this year, 7 seniors that'll move on. But man, what a way to move on with a state championship trophy.
There it is, the Manti Templars, your 2018 3A boys basketball state champions with a 63-50 win over the South Sevier Rams. And we will take a quick break here at the Burns Arena, and we'll come back with the Sunrise Engineering postgame show next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
You've seen Zions Bank's name at sporting events, performances, and fundraisers. We're just about everywhere. Your children and grandchildren see Zions dedicated employees in their classroom, teaching them how to save. We do all this because we have skin in the game. We support South Central Utah because we live and work here too. So we're as committed to this community's future as you are. When it comes to choosing to bank at Zions, rest assured you're selecting a company dedicated to bringing value to South Central Utah's businesses, individuals, and families.
ZionsBank.com, member FDIC.
I'm John Sorensen. I'm a general surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi. For the last 29 years, I've been involved in the U.S. Army Medical Corps and deployed 4 times in the last 15 years. When I got back, I decided I wanted to work in a smaller community and take care of patients. Nephi fits that bill very nicely. The people are wonderful. I think all of my experiences have contributed to making me a better physician. I'm interested in continuing to improve myself and my skills here in Nephi.
Sahara Motors, just north of Delta, makes the vehicle buying process easy and stress-free just for you. Choose from 5 new brands under one roof and let the adventure begin. That's right, Sahara Motors has new Ford, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram all under one roof to make the process quick and easy. Oh yeah, and an entire lot full of pre-owned vehicles completes the deal. Be sure to welcome Kaylin Sperry to the sales force at Sahara Motors, just north of Delta.
It's time to step out of one-size-fits-all medicine. Service Drug is now offering compound prescriptions that are uniquely personalized for you. The pharmacist at Service Drug will work with your doctor to personalize the dosage, and they can combine compatible drugs to simplify your medication schedule. They also feature flavorings that are child-friendly and eliminate unnecessary fillers to stop adverse reactions to medication. Ask your doctor how you could benefit from a compound prescription. And remember, it's Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
You remember your family, right? Those cute little zombies that are always stuck to their screens? Well, with router limits, you can manage screen time, filter web content, and track the browsing history of all your kids. All you have to do is plug this little guy into your router. Seriously, that's it. Router limit starts with screen time. You can set a schedule for each family member, what they can do online, and when they can do it. You can filter content by category or even by specific website. Sure, you've got great kids, but sooner or later, they're going to come in contact with something that's not so great. Router Limits lets you see what they see so that you can have those important conversations before the internet has them for you. Router Limits helps my family disconnect from devices and reconnect with each other.
Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
And welcome back here to Burns Arena on the campus of Dixie State University. This is the Sunrise Engineering postgame show. Sunrise Engineering, promoting athletic and academic excellence. Visit them at sunrise-eng.com. 63-50 is your final. The Manti Templars, the 13-point win over the South Sevier Rams to be named the 2018 3A Boys Basketball State Champions. And again, we talked about it at halftime. The third quarter we thought was going to be huge. We thought it might be South Sevier's way. How was Manti respond to the run that we knew South Sevier was going to come with? South Sevier had 2 early threes in that quarter. Then after that, it was all Manti as they dominated the third quarter.
Manti did exactly to South Sevier what South Sevier did the first 2 times they played this year, and just dominated the second half and pulled away from them.
So a 13-point Manti win as they win their first state championship since 2015. And South Sevier will fall short on this one as they were looking for their first since 2012. Let's take a look at the final stats in this one now. First off for the Manti Templars. 20 points from Matt Nelson to go along with 7 rebounds and 3 steals. And again, he was huge on both ends of the floor in that third quarter. He just made big play after big play.
Yeah, he just was on fire. He was unconscious in that third quarter. Not only with his shots, his defense, great passing. Just he's the MVP.
So Matt Nelson with 20 points. After that, Travis Thompson, huge off the bench. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. 8 points apiece from Brody Barson and Tanner Rasmussen. Rasmussen also had 7 rebounds. 7 points from Dylan Wathen with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And 5 points from Cade Nichols in the game for the Manti Templars. As a team, they shot 53% from the field, 33% from 3, and 83% from the free throw line at 10 for 12. All of those great numbers.
Yeah. Nothing to add to that. I mean, they played really well in that second half. The whole game they played really well.
And then for the South Sevier Rams, 17 points from Brody Tibbs. He kept him in it early. He didn't get quite as good looks in the second half, or as many looks in the second half. As the defense closed on him, he had 2 assists and 3 steals. 13 points from Caleb Barton, and then 7 from Easton Hunt, 5 from Cates King, and 4 apiece from Peyton Wood and Tyson Chisholm. Wood had 7 rebounds and 4 steals in the game for South Sevier. They shot 35% from the field, 31% from 3, and 75% from the free throw line. So not terrible numbers, but not the numbers you're used to seeing with South Sevier.
Yeah, so they were 6 of 14 in the second half from 3, which is a good percentage. You're happy with that. But Manti just, they had so many layups, so many shots at the hoop, so many backdoor cuts by Tanner Rasmussen or Dylan Wathen. Just too much for South Sevier tonight.
And the key to me in this game is the rebounds. Manti 32, South Sevier 17.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. At any level of basketball, youth to NBA, if one team almost doubles up the other team in rebounds, that's a tough team to beat.
So a big rebound advantage there for the Manti Templars. And then turnover-wise in this game, Manti does finish with 18 turnovers. South Sevier finishes with 13 in the game. So quite a high turnover game in this one. But I think that favors Manti's style of play.
Yeah, Manti likes to get up and down the floor quick. Then again, South Sevier averages a lot of points. They like to get up and down as well. Yeah.
Little different style of up and down, but
Yeah,
no doubt Manti played the way they wanted to, really from start to finish in this one.
Yeah, they did.
So the Manti Templars, once again, the 2018 3A state champions. They're cutting down the net now here at Dixie State University. And once we are finished with that, we'll see if we can get Coach Devin Shakespeare to come over and give us his thoughts on the game here today inside the Sunrise Engineering postgame show. And let's take another quick break. We'll come back and talk more about it next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Channel 10.
DP Curtis Trucking is a family-oriented business that works hard to get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis is hiring reliable drivers with starting wage at 40 cents per mile, going to 42 cents after 90 days. Additional pay for tarps, drops, picks, and additional trailers. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and bonuses, and more. If you'd like to join the DP Curtis family, call for details, 435-893-2886. That's 893-2886, or click dpcurtis.com.
Looking for an affordable car, truck, or SUV? The two guys at CarWise have you covered with vehicles starting as low as $4,000. Go to carwiseutah.com to check out our inventory, or come see us in person at 1220 South State Street in Salina. And don't worry if your credit's not the best, we've got you covered there too. Give us a call at 435-287-2277. Shop Wise, shop CarWise. Go to carwiseutah.com to check out our inventory.
Mountain Land Supply of Richfield is the Central Utah leader in plumbing, waterworks, turf, and ag irrigation. Mountain Land Supply features an entire line of Rainbird sprinklers and systems for your yard or commercial property, and backs it up with an extremely knowledgeable staff that cares about the local community because they live here. Visit them at 2104 South Red Hills Drive in Richfield, or call for a showroom appointment, 435-896-9606. Mountain Land Supply is proud to sponsor high school sports and wishes the teams, coaches, and players success.
Are you paying too much for bulk gas, diesel, oil, and lube? Are you constantly running out of fuel for your business, farm, or hobby? Well, you should be calling Sevier Valley Oil Company. Sevier Valley Oil is your full-service bulk fuel, oil, and lube supplier. Now operating out of St. George and Richfield, Sevier Valley Oil is now covering all of southern Utah with quality petroleum products. From super tankers to farm delivery wagons, they have you covered. Make the right call today, 435-896-4406.
Affordable.
Fun.
Cutting edge.
Progressive.
Creative.
Fulfilling.
Energetic.
Innovative.
Passionate.
Inviting.
With compound rankings by CNN Money, bestschools.org, Washington Monthly, and the Aspen Institute, Snow College is the #1 college in the nation.
Celebrating 125 years of excellence. Visit snow.edu.
Brooklyn Garden in Elsinore is gearing up for spring and summer. They've already started planting and the seedlings are up and doing great. Spring is just around the corner and soon you'll be planting the cold hardy garden plants like cabbage and broccoli, plus some spring flowers like pansies. Their first load of trees and bushes are in stock and ready to go. The warm weather is coming and the best place for spring planting supplies is Brooklyn Garden, 881 South Brooklyn Road in Elsinore. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 6.
And welcome back here to the Sunrise Engineering post-game show. Sunrise Engineering, they live and work close to you. See their office locations at sunrise-eng.com. And this will put a cap on the state or the basketball season for both the 2A and 3A classifications. We did get an update. Beaver is the 2A state champion as they topped Duchesne in that state championship game at the Sevier Valley Center in Richfield. So the Beavers winning that state title there in the 2A side of things. And just a couple more coaches to go to cut down the net here at Dixie State University. And Devin Shakespeare, I believe, will be making the last rung up as he will make that final cut on the net as he and his son make the trip up to the rim. And a huge crowd cheer from the Manti Templars.
Yeah, everybody loves little Nixon, Devin's son. He's kind of the mascot around the team. He likes to run around. He'll dress up in shirt and tie like the coaches do. Good family.
And there it is. The net has been cut. And Devin Shakespeare with a shake of the net here at Dixie State University as they take down the final piece of that net. And the Manti Templars, once again, the 2018 3A boys basketball state champions here at Burns Arena.
It's funny how a basketball season plays out. Manti comes in third in Region 15. They struggle with San Juan twice. They lose to them twice. They have to go to overtime against a team like North Sanpete. I mean, that's how good Region 15 is. North Sanpete spent some time in the top 5 during the season. They take Manti to overtime. And then Manti comes out and wins the state championship. That's how well they do. Providence Hall hits a shot late in that game, and Manti doesn't even move to this weekend. But it's a compliment to the coaching staff, Coach Shakespeare, Coach Pollock, Coach Douglas, Coach Huff, that they had their kids playing their very best basketball on the one weekend that it matters to play your very best basketball.
And they came in and played really well. Again, you talked about overtime, that they had to go to overtime to get to this state tournament, as you mentioned, with the win over Providence Hall. And then I thought on Thursday they looked like the best team here. Yesterday I thought they looked good, but I thought South Sevier looked really good against Delta as well. And I thought it was going to be a great game in this state championship. For the most part, it was just that lopsided third quarter made the difference for the Manti Templars. 24 third quarter points for Manti, and they will get the win 63-50 over the South Sevier Rams. Once again, the Manti Templars, year 2018 3A state champions. And I know we're working on getting Coach Shakespeare over here now, so we'll get his thoughts on this game. I'd love to hear from him on how this game has gone, how this game went, and what this means for him and his team. As you mentioned, a team with 7 seniors on it.
Yeah. They'll be retooling next year. We don't, but right now, frankly, he doesn't care about next year. I mean, these 7 kids have played. Like I said, they've played together since they were in 6th grade. They know each other well. They're best of friends. And then to bring home a state championship is fun. And to say anybody else is the best team this weekend, I mean, Manti's just played tough. I mean, they took it to Grantsville when they needed to. They took it to Morgan, the #1 team that came into this playoff, and then they took it to, who everybody would have thought was the clear favorite here, South Sevier.
As they get the state championship, another raise of the trophy over near the basket where they just cut down the net here at Burns Arena on the campus of Dixie State University. And we do have the final update in the 2A classification. We knew Beaver won. The final score in that one was 44-30. The defensive discipline of Beaver coming through huge this weekend as well for them as they win the 2A state title.
I was surprised they beat Layton Christian yesterday, to be honest with you. I thought Layton Christian would have had that wrapped up, but good for Beaver.
Yeah, and so good win there for Beaver in this weekend to win that 2A state championship. The Manti Pep Band giving us one loud Manti fight song here at Dixie State.
That would be called MHS Forever.
MHS Forever.
Yes.
There you go.
A proud alum of MHS sitting here, yes.
You understand the forever part then is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's right.
And so again, a state championship win for the Manti Templars. And as I mentioned, Coach Shakespeare's working his way over here, but he's got a crowd to get through in order to do so. So one of those things. We'll take one more quick break, come back with Coach Shakespeare, and we'll wrap things up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Channel 10.
Mountain Utah Family Medicine in Richfield is committed to providing compassionate, patient-centered, high-quality care to patients of all ages. Our staff of highly skilled and experienced care providers offer a wide variety of advanced medical care and treatment services for you and your family. We offer convenient appointment times, including after-hour services. Place your health and wellness in the hands of experienced medical professionals by scheduling an appointment with our physicians today. 435-896-9561.
And we're back here at Burns Arena on the campus of Dixie State University. Once again, this is the Sunrise Engineering Postgame Show. Working to improve your community. See how at sunrise-eng.com. And I'm joined now by Matt Nelson in the postgame show. Matt, congrats on the state championship.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
Amazing. It's amazing.
Unamazing?
Yeah.
Congrats on the win. Of course, you finished this game with 20 points. Greg pointed out multiple times, though, your defensive intensity in that third quarter, especially not just you, but as a team. What was the difference there for you guys?
This playoffs, we just took a huge pride in our defense, and that's how we won games. We had a lot of stops when we needed them.
When you came into this state tournament, what was the mentality like for your team coming in this when you had to use overtime to beat Providence Hall, then you come into here, you beat #1 Morgan, you run away from Grantsville, and then you beat the #2 ranked team in South Sevier here tonight, a team that beat you twice in region play?
We just knew we were a tough team all along, and we knew we could make it this far, and we just believed in our team and believed in ourselves.
Your thoughts tonight on the game that you had, of course, as you finished with 20 points?
I'm just thankful that my teammates could give me the ball and trust me when I took shots that maybe I shouldn't have.
Well, if they go in, that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Matt Nelson, 20 points. Got a few other seniors here. We'll go ahead and let you take out the headset. But again, Matt, congrats on winning the state
All right,
title.
thank you.
There you go, Matt Nelson from the Manti Templars. We'll get Dylan Wathen on the air now with us here. And Dylan, as you hop on, congrats on winning the state championship.
Thank you. It was awesome.
You look at your games coming into this weekend, your team. I already talked to Matt about the mentality of the team coming in, the pride that you had in yourselves, the knowledge, the know-how that you could get this far. What were your thoughts on that? What kind of mentality did you personally have?
So Coach always told us this entire week going into state that talent wins games, but teamwork and intensity wins championships. So that's what I took into this weekend, and I think that's what our team showed in going through these state games against teams that were a lot more talented than us.
You had some big games in this one. Of course, yesterday against Grantsville, you had 13 points in that one. What was the key for you in that one in the semifinal?
My teammates, they got me open. They were easy buckets, so I had to finish them.
That's the best way to do it, right? And then, of course, you look at today's game, this state championship. That third quarter, so many big plays happened in that one. You had some big defensive plays. What was that like for you? What were those moments like for you?
Well, they were amazing. South Sevier is just such a good offensive team, so I had to pick it up on defense, and our whole team picked it up on defense and shut them down.
All right, Dylan, well, congrats on winning the state championship. We'll pass the headset along now to Cade.
Thank you.
Cade Nichols from Manti popping the headset on again. Cade, congratulations to you as well on this state championship.
Thank you.
You look at where your team is in this game, and I'm going to come back to what you did early in this game. You had a big three early in this game to kind of set the tone for your team, I felt like, offensively. Take me through that moment.
You know, it was just a simple shot that teammates got me open. You know, I wasn't too focused on the effects of it. You know, I was just trying to shoot and, you know, doing everything I possibly can to help our team win. So
you drew the assignment of guarding it, Brody Tebbs, especially early in this game, and you did a good job of taking away that dribble drive from your thoughts on guarding him and what you had to do.
You know, he's a great player. He's really quick. So, you know, third day in, it's really hard to stay in front of somebody like that. But, you know, I did the best I could.
How are your legs after back-to-back games? Back-to-back games.
Sorry, say that
How
again?
are your legs after 3 straight games?
My calves are gone. I can't even jump anymore. So.
Well, you don't have to anymore after,
Yeah.
after this one. So, again, Cade, congrats on winning the state championship. Your thoughts, how does it feel?
It's a dream come true, honestly. That's all I can say.
Good deal. And, again, I want to get your thoughts on this, too. You come in as the 3 seed from this region that South Sevier won, and now you come away as the state champions. What's that like for you?
You know, it's just – we knew we could do it all along. It was just all a matter of putting the pieces together, and, you know, things started clicking at the right time, so I think that was what did it right there.
All right, good deal. Okay, again, congrats on the win, and we'll let Brody come on and talk and give us his thoughts on this state title as well.
Thank you.
And we'll get one more senior, Brody Barson, here on the air with us. Brody, congrats on the state championship.
Hey, thank you.
All right, you came into the season with 3 big men on your roster. You yourself, Cole Brownsford, and Brenton Thompson. You're the only one left standing. You nervous?
A little bit. We all took turns.
Yeah, and so you come in, you had the finish of the year as that kind of main big man inside. What was that like for you? What was your mentality coming into this weekend, knowing that Brenton tore his ACL just last week?
Just focuses on not fouling out, then just playing your hardest, getting every rebound.
When you look at this game, what was the key for your team in this one?
The key was keeping our heads on and teamwork, basically.
When this game was playing out, we talked in the halftime show about the fact that South Sevier's always been a big second half team. Big third quarters twice against your team already this year. What did your team do differently this time around to make sure you had that big third quarter yourself?
This time we came out when they started making a run. We made sure to cut it short this time, and we just played our game.
What did you do to cut it short? What was the talk there with Coach Shakespeare and the other coaches?
Well, we made sure everyone was manned up on, everyone was guarded good, and then we just went to work, got our turnovers that we needed, and finished.
How does it feel?
It feels great.
All right, Brody, congrats on the state title, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, well, now we'll get Coach Devin Shakespeare of the Manti Templars here on the Inside the Sunrise Engineering postgame show as they beat South Sevier 63-50. Coach, thanks for hopping on. Congrats on the win.
Thanks for having me.
2 state championships in 4 years now for your team with you at the helm there in Manti. How's the second one feel?
It's sweet. Yeah. Hard to explain, hard to put words to it. Not as dramatic as the last one at the end, but it got close. But I'm just so proud of the boys and so proud of what they've done, how hard they've worked, and it pays off. And I'm just so proud of the boys. And man, it's a blast. It feels great.
Dylan just mentioned that you came into this weekend telling him, yeah, talent wins games, but hard work, teamwork, and intensity, and defensive intensity wins championships. And he said he took that to heart. I thought Dylan had a great weekend for you. What did you see out of him and your team as a whole with those in mind?
You know, as we come down here, the cool thing that happened is I said, you know, do what you do. We don't need to change. We don't need to, we're not looking for guys to do something more than what you do. And amazing, because Dylan did exactly what he could do. He rebounded harder than he controlled the floor. He controlled the ball. He was a true point guard, and that's what I've talked to him all year. Is hey, cut back, turnovers, assists, and then run the floor. I mean, as far as down the floor, but control it and be the true point guard. And he had an awesome weekend. But every guy stepped in, filled their role. We're proud of their role, and that's what, man. Even the injured guys across the board, they filled a role that was needed, and a role that I can't express how much it means to me that they buy in, that they listen, they believe, and that belief got us to the end today.
When you look at your team, we talked about the fact that really all year you've had quite a few games where you've gotten into foul trouble, and that's obviously caused some issues for you. Your depth obviously has helped, but you've lost a few guys to injury now, so that makes it a little bit harder with that depth. But today, all game long, nobody really got into any serious foul trouble. Tanner early in the first half a little bit, but not much after that. Your thoughts on that, being able to stay out of foul trouble, and how that played a role, especially in the second half?
Yeah, it took us how many games? A lot to get to where angles and standing in front of people and getting those things done really did.
And they're taking a team picture over there for you to let you go and be part of it. But first, Coach, again, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Real quick, your final thoughts on this season as you lose these 7 seniors.
Hey, I couldn't be proud of them. Couldn't be prouder of them. Seniors that stepped up, knew what leadership meant, and I took all of them to my captain's meeting today because that's what they mean to me.
All right, Coach. Again, congrats on the win, and go enjoy it with your team.
All right, thanks.
Once again, Coach Devin Shakespeare there, the Manti Templars, as they get the 2018 3A state championship. And as we wrap things up here in the Sunrise Engineering postgame show, Greg, what are your final thoughts on this year and this game and this season?
There's not much to add to what we've already said. Just a great group of seniors. Good for them. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for Coach Shakespeare and his assistant coaches that put in so much time to these kids, both in the youth ages and the high school ages. I'm happy for the towns of Sterling and Manti and Ephraim who get to celebrate this with these kids when they ride the fire trucks through either later tonight or Monday or whenever they do that. That's what's great about small town, rural Utah basketball.
And there's the final picture taken and a final cheer from the Manti Templars boys basketball team, the 2018 3A state champions. And that's going to pretty well do it for our broadcast here tonight, as we had a great weekend of games here at Dixie State University. Your 3A girls state champions, the Emory Spartans, and the 3A boys, the Manti Templars. He's Greg Sterner. I'm Robert Lovell. We appreciate the guys back in the studio. Of course, Nate running the things here on site and Micah on the cameras. And thank you for listening and watching. Congratulations again to the Manti Templars.